Hello, I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today, I want to do something that I don't normally do, as this Blyskawica B game plays in the background, and that is, I want to speculate. Now, the February 2021 update for World of Warships Legends brought with it a very subtle change that you might have only noticed if you own the Blyskawica or its counterpart, the Blyskawica B, like I do. Before the February 2021 update, the flag behind the icon of the Blyskawica in the port was the Polish flag, because this is a Polish destroyer, actually a very famous one historically. But after the February 2021 update dropped, I and many other people noticed that the Polish flag had been changed to the Pan-European flag. Now, why did Wargaming make this change? I'm pretty sure it wasn't announced in the patch notes. It was just something that they did sort of on the down low, although obviously it was very conspicuous and noticeable to anyone who was paying attention. Well, I can only assume they made this change, which they really didn't have to make, in order to invite some speculation. And that is what I am going to do. I'm going to speculate that sometime in the year of 2021, whether it's within the next couple of months or at the end of the year, sometime in 2021, we will see a Pan-European tech tree destroyer line added to World of Warships Legends. Now, keep in mind, this is entirely all speculation on my part. I don't know when or if a Pan-European destroyer line is coming. All I know is that the Blyskawica's flag was changed from the Polish colors to the Pan-European ones. And that change, to me, just screams Wargaming is inviting the kind of speculation I want to do. So, what are these Pan-European destroyers? What's the story on them? Well, first off, the Pan-Europe faction doesn't cover a specific nation like every other tech tree we have right now in World of Warships Legends. Instead, it's a line that includes various different vessels from different nations inside of Europe. The Blyskawica, for example, is Polish, as I've said before, and some of the destroyers that make up the Pan-European destroyer line on PC, actually most of them, are Swedish. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, Xarkun, where did you get this information about the Pan-European destroyers? How do you know that most of them are Swedish or whatever? Well, I looked up the World of Warships wiki page. It's pretty full of information in comparison to the Legends one, and I read a lot of the articles about the Pan-European destroyers on PC, and I will tell you what I found now. According to my research into the wiki page, which I will leave a link to in the description of this video, the Pan-European destroyers have long-range, fast-reloading torpedoes that travel at blisteringly quick speeds. And I'm talking torpedoes that go as fast or faster than the Udachi's torpedoes and reload more quickly than the Udachi's torpedoes. Of course, the big difference between Udachi torps and Pan-European torpedoes generally is that the Pan-European torpedoes have limited alpha strike potential. In other words, they don't do nearly as much damage as something like a Udachi would. I think they'd be more in line with torpedoes that are found on some destroyers in Legends. I'm thinking the Benham or the Sims. Both of those have torpedoes with an alpha strike of something like 7,000 maximum damage or 8,500 maximum damage in the case of the Sims. Of course, those torpedoes go relatively slowly. These pan-European ones would travel much, much faster in the water. They would be just as probably anemic in terms of their damage output, but they would also reload quickly to offset that anemic alpha strike. Apparently, these pan-European destroyers also feature good anti-aircraft defenses, which might make them relevant when aircraft carriers finally come into the game later this year. And the higher tier pan-European destroyers have rapid-firing main battery guns that are most effective at shorter distances. Think gun characteristics similar to the American destroyers, with floaty shells and high arcs that take a long time to reach targets at long range, but are pretty good in knife fights with other destroyers. The pan-European destroyers also lack smokescreen generators, kind of like the French, and have shallow hit points pools. But on PC, starting at Tier 5, which would be Tier 4 on Legends, or at least it would probably be Tier 4 on Legends, these pan-European destroyers come with the Repair Party consumable. Now, if they are added to Legends, I doubt we'll see a destroyer with a Repair Party at Tier 5. It's more likely that you would see that at Tier 6, maybe, but probably at Tier 7. Maybe both Tier 6 and Tier 7. Basically, these pan-European destroyers are, by and large, quite unlike the Blyskawica. According to my research into the tactics befitting these destroyers' playstyles, you can probably expect them to function as kind of hybrid torpedo/gunboats that primarily deal damage by landing as many hits as possible with their quick and fast reloading torpedoes, and also using their fast reloading guns to win knife fights versus enemy destroyers, or do the Daka thing against battleships and start fires and the like. Basically, imagine something like the USS Sims with its anemic torpedoes and fast-firing guns, only the torpedoes will go a lot faster and probably reload a lot more quickly than they do on the Sims. Now, if pan-European destroyers do come to the game, which ones can we expect to see? Well, looking at the list of pan-European destroyers on PC, I see Blyskawica is a premium Tier 7 pan-European destroyers on World of Warships. Of course, on Legends, it is a premium Tier 6. Judging by this, we can probably expect to see the following destroyers fill out a potential pan-European tech tree line sometime in the future. I want to add just one more time so it's clear to everybody that all of this is speculation on my part. I do not know if this line is coming or which ships it might contain if it does come. All I'm doing is looking at the PC version to find clues. Keep in mind also, if you want to take a closer look at these ships on the wiki page, that the stats on these ships for PC might not necessarily translate exactly the same to console. Some ships on PC are very, very different from their console counterparts. If you want a taste of how different they can be, look up the Benham on PC and compare it to what we have in Legends. Anyway, this is kind of what I think might happen with a pan-European destroyer line. At Tier 3, we would get the Klaus or Klaas Horn, which is a Swedish destroyer that I can't find much information on. At Tier 4, we might see the Visby, a Swedish destroyer that, according to the World of Warships wiki, offers the first real taste of the pan-European destroyer playstyle. I think at Tier 5, we could see the Polish destroyer Westeros, which has on PC 65-knot torpedoes and is the first in the Pan-European line to come with a repair party. Now, if this ship does appear in Legends at Tier 5, I think there's a good chance it probably won't have a repair party. At Tier 6, or at least a potential Tier 6 Pan-European destroyer, the Skane, or Skane, I have no idea how to pronounce it. I apologize to anybody. This is another Swedish destroyer, which on PC has 10-kilometer torpedoes that go at 80 knots. It also gets the repair party consumable. And then at Tier 7, I would speculate we would see the Oland or the Erland. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that one either. It's another Swedish destroyer with quick-firing torpedoes, quick-firing guns, and again, the torpedoes go really, really fast. I think there's a good chance that if the Pan-European destroyer line is released on World of Warships Legends, the Erland, or Oland, however you say it, would probably be the Tier 7. Now, it's also possible we could see the addition of some premium Pan-European destroyers. Of course, the Blyskawica already exists in this game as a premium ship, and it is a premium ship on PC. We've had it on console for a long time. Some other premiums on PC that could make their way to Legends include the PC Tier 8 Xarkun, which would almost certainly be a premium Tier 7 destroyer on console because it carries, get ready for this, the radar consumable. We might also eventually see the premium Tier 9 Friesland on PC at Tier 7 in Legends, or perhaps as a legendary tier ship. And eventually, sometime down the road, we could see the Tier 10 Pan-European destroyers Halland and Småland at the legendary tier. If you want to find out more information about the stats on these destroyers as they appear in the PC version of World of Warships, you can follow the link that I left in the description. This battle is about to end, though, so leave a comment below and let me know what you think about the possibility that the Pan-European line might be added into the game. Are you excited for it? Do you know anything about it? Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this speculation, and I hope you understand that it is speculation. I know absolutely nothing. If you enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.